I'm going to talk about top-down consciousness, top-down evolution. So, there's an awful lot of talk about source these days. Some people refer to that as God, but a more universal way of putting it is source, and I like that. That's a good term that works for me. So we all come from source. We're all one, and we've been conjured out of that. Individuated pieces of source or God, and that's where we come from. What does that mean? Think about it. Evolution is not bottom up, it's top down. Consciousness is not bottom up, it's top down. Follow that logic. We all come from on high. So the idea that we gotta work our way up from the bottom is ass backwards. If you want to look at it as top, which there really is no top or bottom, it's just the way we delineate things here in the third dimension. The way we think of things going one layer on top of another, and 1, 2, 3, these numerical values as they rise up, we things going from the bottom to the top. The top being the highest realm or the highest achievable state. When that's not really the way things were created. So, now I'm talking about three-dimensional delineation, the three-dimensional world that we exist in. This is where a lot of our problems lie, because we are unable to think outside of the box, which is outside of our own dimensional construct. Here in the three-dimensional world, we use two-dimensional thought forms. What you're watching this on right now is a screen. That screen is 2D. It's two-dimensional. Height and width, and that's it. These ideas that we find ourselves propagating and dealing with and find ourselves immersed in are two-dimensional thought forms. Television, 2D. Movies, 2D. Photographs, that's all two-dimensional. Well, so what about science? Well, what do we use in science? We use math. We use a chalkboard to write out mathematical equations. That's all two-dimensional. Philosophy, books, writings, texts. It's all two-dimensional. Okay? The way we communicate, hell, today everything is text-based. That's going backwards in terms of progressing our thought forms and our ability to extricate ourselves from what we are immersed in. We interact with three-dimensional forms, but our thought forms tend to be two-dimensional. Okay, architecture, oh, that's a big three-dimensional object. Where does it start? It starts with a blueprint, which is two-dimensional. Electrical circuits, look at a computer chip, look at a circuit board, very 2D. Michio Kaku has been on this quest for a 2-inch equation that will explain everything in the universe. Well, he's never going to get there because he's thinking in two-dimensional thought forms. That does not work. You have to get outside of that. Conventional science figures there's no way to go beyond the speed of light. How do you master gravity? You're not going to get there with two-dimensional thought forms, two-dimensional science, two-dimensional linear thinking. You got to go 3D, which means fourth-dimensional reality. Because everything's top down. So if you exist in a fourth-dimensional realm, you are then able to master three-dimensional thought forms. The science that we find ourselves limited to, that glass ceiling, is three-dimensional immersion with top-down, two-dimensional thought forms. You gotta get above it. Fourth-dimensional consciousness that's the realm of the psychic, the clairvoyant. That's fourth-dimensional realm of conscious thought. So you can go above and below, but it tends to be very difficult for society, the collective as a whole. We are rapidly moving into the fourth-dimensional realm, which will allow us to master three-dimensional thought forms and give access to certain individuals to fifth-dimensional thought. Society tends to exist in the middle with a top-down tendency, with access to the layer above. Once we go 4D, we're going to be thinking dimensionally with access to fifth dimensional thought forms. It's more difficult in terms of manipulation of those thought forms. We can access fourth dimensional consciousness. That's where psychics get their information, but then we're all psychic in that we all have intuition, and intuition is fourth dimensional. We are on the threshold of breaking through to the next dimensional realm of conscious reality. And those who have been manipulating us within the 3D realm really don't want us to do that. It makes them very nervous. This has been their world to manipulate, and those days are pretty much just about over with as we break through into a fourth dimensional construct, which is no longer linear. It's pretty easy to manipulate in linear time, in linear fashion, in linear consciousness. Way more difficult to do that if you're dealing with fourth dimensional awareness. So we need to be aware of where we're at, and things like being manipulated by the media, 2D, right? It's 2D. You got to get away from it. Articles, books, the internet. Oh my God, the internet right now is based on a linear 2D construct. It's all text, and it's all two-dimensional video. Once we get true holographic technology, that's gonna shatter the two-dimensional thought form that we have been strangled by. Which is why it has not been released to the public. Sure, it's out there. It exists. I remember years ago hearing about you're going to be seeing holographic TV, and then it just sort of went away. They're like, well, what happened to that thing? They're going to want to let it out. The reason for that is it will shatter our two-dimensional tendencies and break us wide open. 4D consciousness. We all kind of need to use the internet in a different way. See, the internet is based upon fourth dimensional consciousness in that we are about to all truly connect telepathically and empathically. And the internet is a precursor to that trajectory that we are on. In order to get ahead of it, certain powers that be put a lockdown and put some double pane glass on that glass ceiling so that they can manipulate us and keep us fully engaged in 2D thought forms and cell phones. I mean, come on. That's you're holding a two-dimensional thought form in your hand, and you're using two-dimensional means, as in text and memes and even videos, keeping us in stranglehold. So you really need to approach the way you engage with your community in a way that breaks that paradigm, because it's there to keep a lid on you. It's a futile attempt to prevent this 4D shift. It's already upon us, and you're going to see it, so I'm not too worried about it. But that's why, you have to break out of your own head. Thinking 2D is just, it makes you a sitting duck, so you don't want to do that. You want to fly. Sitting duck becomes the flying duck. So there's a lot of people in this community who are already fully engaged. You're doing good work. You're spreading your conscious awareness, and it feels really good, but it's also a trap. Get above it. Break out. We can talk more about top-down evolution and top-down consciousness, but there you go.